to the kid.
Brooks! I saw the hand. Like I said, here are your options. You either come out here and talk to us so we can figure out how we're going to get your kid to the hospital, or DCS is going to take temporary custody of your kids.
All right.
I'm giving you the opportunity to come out here and just talk to me. So why don't we figure this out now instead of sit here, because we're not leaving.
Hello?
Brooks,
Yes, sir.
do I need to repeat myself what I said outside the window?
Alright, well, I can hear you through the window. I talked to you on the phone. That's what I
Okay.
did.
Alright, here's your first option. You come out and talk to us.
Do you have a warrant to take my...
Right here, said sit down, right there, don't go nowhere, little baby gon' shake that, 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 said yeah, I like that, bring that, right here, said sit down, right there, don't go nowhere, said yeah, I like that, bring that, right here, said sit down, right there.
What up, YouTube? We back. Welcome back. So when evil parents realize they've been caught, this is part 3 of the video. That's part 2. Let's get right into it.
Kayla was finally charged with 1 count of endangering children. She was found guilty in a mayor's court and was charged a $330 fine. I can only hope, for the sake of her daughter, that Kayla gets her life figured out and learns from this experience. And sadly, things get the worse from now on with the case that follows. A case so incredibly harsh and brutal that there are no words to describe how something like this can happen.
If you've seen my reaction to this already, you know how I feel about, bro, beating. But even with that being said, remix reaction alert. Remix reaction alert.
But it did.
Always checked them and made sure nothing was broken or too far bad in my eyes. I mean, because at the same time, you gotta understand this. I done had social services at my house maybe 40, 50 times.
This
It's a reason for that, you dickhead.
is 30-year-old Al Mutahan McLean, who on December 13th, 2019, called 911 claiming that his 10-year-old son, Dakota Collins, wasn't breathing. Despite receiving instructions from the operator on how to perform CPR, McLean wasn't able to get Dakota breathing again. Paramedics then arrived and transported Dakota to a local hospital where he was later pronounced dead. But that's not all. Initial examination showed that Dakota had several scars on him, indicative of abuse. Seeing this, McLean was arrested and brought in for questioning. What follows will make this one of the most horrifying and disgusting cases of evil parenting I've ever seen. The detective starts by asking McLean what happened that day, and without a moment to waste, McLean starts describing Dakota's unusual behaviors, which might explain the scars. McLean then describes the horrifying details leading up to the death of his son.
So I'm very tired. I ain't slept in 3 days, so I'm just sitting there. And here he come rolling down the stairs again, ba-doom, ba-doom. So I tell him go back upstairs. A little while later, I go up there. So I asked him, what is he doing? And he's just steady, you know what I mean? He doing what he do. This ain't the first time he tried something like that. So I on the ground and I asked him to pull it out. You know what I mean? Heard immediately. Now I'm freaking out. I'm like, hurry up, you need to get downstairs so I can get you in the shower. You know what I mean? And see what's going on.
No, because no one knows what a shower's gonna do. I still don't understand what a shower's gonna do. Like, Nick, this is the second time I heard you say this, dumbass. What is a shower gonna do? Blood spread it out. Hospital. Immediate hospitalization. Like, bro, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Take him to the ER.
So at the time, I didn't think nothing of it. I just see that he bruised up as usual. Seeing the old lady, he never stopped. They didn't find any way, any type of way, anything to use just to put a bruise on his body. So as a parent, I just put him in the shower. I put him in the bathtub to try to, get some of the swelling to go down or whatever the situation may have been, clean him up, make sure he was good. So I'm sitting on the couch. Be like, Dad, come here. And I be like, Dad, help. So I come up the stairs to help him. And that's when I noticed his body was cold, very, very, very cold. So I took him downstairs and tried to rinse him off, to see if he'd shake out of it, wake up. I mean, I had no clue of knowing that he was sick to that extent, or that
I had no clue of knowing you were sick to that extent. Like, bro, he describing the bathtub like he didn't drown in the bathtub. Bro, forget life, bro. I told y'all what he need. He need to get beat every day he in that motherfucker.
Or that this is gonna go anywhere near this far. I mean, I just figured he was doing his normal acting out. I mean, he was kind of tweaking a little bit, you know what I mean? But as far as just like this is my way of describing it, just like this. But this is something that he done pulled for many years. I mean, all the time, damn near every day. Anytime he don't want to have his way, this is what he's pulling. Can't get him to eat his breakfast. He don't want to eat his breakfast. I'm like, all right, at this point, there's nothing I can do but let him sit there and lay down. Okay? So, like I said, he said, Dad, help. And I came up the stairs. That's why I'm shocked. Right now, I'm not even crying or nothing. I'm just like in shock. Like, my child really dead. How? You hear me? Is what I don't understand. Now, I know them girls didn't do nothing to him and kill him. I mean, I just don't understand it. I'm very serious. That's where I'm at. It was shocking.
But if you somehow think that McClain is actually a good parent, and all of this was an accident, what you are about to see will prove that to not be the case at all.
First of all, he had marks all over his body.
It's every day. Now, sometime I had to spank his behind just to prevent him from hurting himself. This boy jumped out the window before. Just straight out the window. There is no, I've been telling people I was afraid, but at the same time, it was nothing I can do. And I mean, I can understand the fact that he had marks all over his body. You'd be surprised just to sit there and watch him do it. Or just to see there, and you could just be like, stop, or no, or don't, and he's gonna whack, he's gonna bam, he's gonna jump, he's gonna flip, he's gonna kick. We had stairs he was letting out. He would kick him like that, you know what I mean? And kick him all kind of ways in the corner.
So he lived upstairs.
At times,
What do you mean at times?
Well, at first he was living downstairs, but the smell got too strong. Not only that, my little brother, I just got custody of him probably like 2 years ago. I've been taking care of my little brother. Okay, so he been living with us. Do y'all have my little brother? Okay, good. I'll just make sure you're alright. Okay, so my little brother started living with us, right? And the Bob want to get aggressive with him, and you know what I mean, try to take his clothes off in front of him and stuff like that. So I mean, I had to protect him. I had to just send Dakota upstairs. I mean, the living environment, it was fine. It wasn't it was perfect actually. When he went up there, it didn't stink. He had bed, he had clothes, he had everything he wanted. But this is the point that I'm trying to make as a parent. This how far this shit go. Like I can't get a boy a blanket. Because if I give him a blanket, now he has marks all over his body from him pissing on himself and wrapping around his own blanket. You know what I mean? If you did that continuously, there'd be rashes and, that's unsanitary. Flat out. And there ain't no way to keep a child like that clean that just gonna do what they want to do no matter what, regardless. I mean, I done had social services out there. I called the police. The police told me he was being unruly and that when he got a little older, they'll be able to, put him in some type of juvenile center. And I mean, this is the day after he jumped out the window. I mean, I'm traumatized every day.
Wow, I feel like he threw his kid out of a window.
It's a new show. My child almost lost his foot. Here I am laying in the bed thinking he's asleep. You know what I mean? I'm laying in the bed thinking he's asleep. And I hear bam, bam, bam at the door. If you're upstairs, what are you doing outside? So not only did he jump through a window, but the window he jumped through, It's probably a little bigger than a square. A big fella like that.
Oh, he was cuffed. Great job, officers. Love y'all.
Straight through it. I mean, he's impressive. So, like I said, he did that, and it just went on and on and on and on. Like I said, anytime that I put my
The hell wrong with the image?
hands on him, it was to keep him from hurting himself. And I mean, far as I wouldn't beat him with anything, I would just grab him and like, hey, enough's enough, like arms behind your back, like the police do, you know what I mean? It was never punch you in the eye or slam you or, you know what I mean? Never tried to do nothing out the way to him just to keep him from hurting himself. That was my biggest fear, and he just continued to hurt himself every day. He would have turned 11 3 days from now. And like I said, ma'am, I am shocked right now at this point that he died. Never seen it coming.
At this point, McClain had contradicted himself as he had just spent several minutes explaining how Takoda's odd behavior could have led to his death, only to then say he would have never seen his death coming. This means McClain is either lying about Takoda's behavior or he's oblivious to the point of criminal negligence resulting in Takoda's death. McClain then makes a weird statement, unprompted, which only raises the detective's suspicions.
I ain't never harass my child or do nothing like that. That's homophobic. And I mean, that's homo, and I ain't far from gay, you know what I mean?
Implying that he couldn't have sexually abused his child, not because he was his father, but because they're both male and McClain is far from gay, only goes to show the kind of parent and person McClain really is. The detective, after listening to McClain go on about Takoda's unusual behavior for minutes, then asks him if Takoda had ever been taken to the doctor.
You ever take him to the doctor?
Yeah, he's been to the doctor.
He has?
Yeah.
What's the doctor?
It's been so long, I don't even know. I just know it was probably like when my health insurance ran out. Probably close to 3 years ago.
So the kid hasn't seen a doctor in 3 years?
Yeah, but he been to the hospital and left in that.
When
So
was he
he
at the hospital?
probably like a year ago when he jumped out the window.
Eight children?
Yeah, he always been very healthy.
Okay. Who was his PCP? His primary caregiver?
I didn't have no primary.
Care physician?
No, I didn't have one.
Where did you take him to the doctor?
I only took him to the hospital, and I only took him to the doctor when he needed it, and it won't nothing wrong with him.
Saying there's nothing wrong with him when he
How do that make sense when he's been eating feces and harming himself, quote unquote? Boy, you don't know 1 + 1.
supposedly eating his own thing is incredible, but it doesn't stop here.
Now, I took that into consideration. He's been in counseling his whole life. See, I can tell y'all.
So where did he go to therapy at?
He ain't been to therapy in a little while.
You said he's been to
He has been, I'd say, probably like 4 years ago.
So he's been in counseling for 4 years, but he's been in the whole life.
Maybe off and on. I'll probably some online counseling services or online counselors talk to him. But
Where does he go to school?
he's homeschooled. Thank you. But the thing is, like when I did have
Miss, what the hell are you doing? Miss, no one told you to uncuff him. Miss, please stop.
counselor speak to him, he would play them so slick. To the point where it'd be like, you know, he's all good and golden. Like, they wouldn't believe the story that I tell them. For me to tell somebody that he's getting it in like that, I mean, he didn't have to do it. It's not something that we forced upon him or anything like that. Like, if I would give him ice cream and a couple cigarettes.
McClain's statement that 10-year-old
What? I'm so confused. If I hope that was, well, it don't even matter if it was an example. This nigga do anything he wants to do. Cigarettes.
Takoda, who was severely suffering from a mental illness that he ate his own bodily things and forced objects into his own body, was slick enough to play every therapist he had ever seen, is ridiculous and absurd. It may as well be suspected that McClain, at this point, is either twisting the truth or lying about how Takoda ended up with those injuries.
Well, duh.
Not only that, McClain also believes that cigarettes are normal things a kid would want and would
He would get angry if I didn't give him cigarettes and ice cream. Boy, you about dumb as hell. cigarettes and ice cream, but he wouldn't eat breakfast, but he eats his own feces. He'd rather eat his own feces for breakfast. Yeah, that sounds about right. Like, but what? None of the things you're saying make sense.
Throw a fit to get.
So if you gave him cigarettes, he would do stuff? Sorry, buddy, I'm trying to get this.
I'm saying if I would have gave him whatever he asks,
There we go.
he could be the perfect angel. You know what I mean? But let me say no, or you got suspended, so we can't do this. It ain't no punishing him.
How the hell you get suspended for homeschool? I'm waiting.
He got suspended, so where's he going to school?
He was going to horseman. He's been homeschooled for the last 2 years.
Who's homeschooling him?
Do you mean, You might as well just lie and say you've been lying this whole damn time.
I was. Yeah.
Why do you have to think about
Thank you. You mean, It should be an immediate answer with your lying ass.
that?
My lip hurt. I'm just like, You know, I've been up for 3 days. As I'm telling you, I still haven't took a nap, been to sleep. So I'm doing my best.
My lip hurts
And
crazy.
he's been up for 3 days because he's been walking into walls and falling down.
Lip hurt because he been sucking.
Not 3 days straight, but every now and then. I mean, he would go maybe one day, yeah, pretty much, or yelling. No, he was just yelling and screaming.
That's different than what you told us earlier, though.
No, that's what he do every day. But what I'm saying is, what kept me up was his tone, yelling, screaming, singing, dancing. Well, it's 3 in the morning, no sleep.
Okay, so you homeschool him.
Yes,
What grade is he in?
5th grade.
Okay, and what's the stuff he's learning about right now?
Well, he was learning, but he refused to learn. Every book that I bought him, he on it. He showed it. Pens became a factor of safety, and pencils. You know what I mean? I had legal documents stating that he was certified to be homeschooled.
Okay.
But like I said, he destroyed all his equipment, all of it. As a parent, I can't go out and just be like, I'm getting ready to replace all this.
So when was the last time he had schooling?
True education, I could say probably like 2 years ago, before he got pulled out, horseman.
Okay.
But he didn't learn anything. He wasn't doing nothing. He was threatening the teachers and telling them how he teach people a lesson and locking them out the classroom and, just getting it in.
Okay. He was locking the teachers out of the classroom?
Yep.
Okay. Earlier you called him a big fella. You think he was a big fella?
Do I? Yeah, a little bit. He kind of tall.
McLean, who had dropped out of school in 8th grade, had pulled Dakota out of school in 3rd grade to homeschool him as he kept getting out of hand.
What? Wait, you telling me this man dropped out in 8th grade and said, yeah, let me give you this at least 8th grade knowledge? Nigga, you don't remember nothing from 8th grade? You in your 30s.
And with his behavior, such as locking teachers out of their classroom, you don't need to be a genius to see that this man is anything but a bright spark, much less a teacher. The detective then starts establishing a timeline of events that took place on the day of Dakota's death. McLean starts by describing the day as yet another normal day, where Dakota had inserted a chair's leg. McLean had allegedly pulled it out, gotten the boy in a shower, and back in bed. Hours later, Dakota had called for help after throwing up in bed, following which, McLean had carried the boy to the bathtub to get him cleaned up.
Put him in the shower. Not the shower, I laid him in the bathtub.
Okay.
Like I said, he's still doing this. I'm mainly trying to get the throw up off of him again.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Alright, it's smelling awful, so I'm trying to get it off of him. And I realized that something ain't look right, so I called 911. And I took him out the bathtub. And from there, I did everything that dispatch said to try to save my child. He did start breathing again. He was looking at me for a second again. When the EMS got there, they told me to leave out. And I heard her say that he wasn't breathing again. And a couple minutes later, I heard her say he got his breath back. And then, and that was it.
So you got him out of the bath, and where did you put him?
I laid him on the living room floor behind the couch.
Okay. And you're doing what dispatch is telling you?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened? What did he do as he was laying there and you're giving him CPR?
What was he doing? He wasn't doing anything.
Was he breathing?
Barely.
Was anything coming out of his mouth?
Yep. Air.
Air?
Yep.
Okay.
He was breathing slowly.
Okay. Nothing else is coming out of his mouth?
Yeah, he started throwing up again.
Okay.
Yep. So what I did was I tried to lay him on the side to clear his passageway.
Okay. Where was he throwing up at? On the floor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's in them blankets.
Okay.
And then by that jacket and the blankets where he packed that evidence up.
Okay.
Yeah,
So did you lay him on a blanket? He was just laying on the floor?
Yeah, I was freaking out at this point. I'm trying to get some clothes on him and get him right, you know what I mean?
And this is while you're on the phone with dispatch?
Yes,
You're trying to get him dressed?
of course, yeah.
So
I mean, cause he can't go out the house but it's naked, it's wintertime.
Okay.
I mean, in my mind, I think I'm doing everything right. This doesn't happen every day.
Okay. So how did the throw up get on the blanket and stuff?
How did the throw up get on the blanket?
Yeah.
He might have been close enough to throw up on it, I don't know, or it might have slid across the floor, maybe the blanket, you know what I mean?
Well, you're the one that told me it was on the
Yeah, that's
blanket.
what I'm saying.
So
I'm walking back and forth, so maybe we scooped it on there somehow, or I'm not really sure how we got there, to be honest.
How do you know it's there?
I kind of see it. I kind of seen it a little bit. I'm not even 100% sure. Maybe I did. I told you it's been 3 days.
Okay.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
Okay.
But one thing I do know, I believe I seen throw up on the edge of this white blanket. That's what I'm seeing in my head right now.
Here, the detective had brought up a specific piece of evidence, the blanket found on the scene with vomit on it. She does this in order to let McLean know that they've already gathered all the evidence and want to see if his story could match the conclusions they had against him. Dakota lived with his father, McLean's girlfriend, Amanda Hinsey, Amanda's sister, Jennifer Ebert, and McLean's 3-year-old brother. So it was only natural the detective wondered which room was Dakota's.
Where's Dakota's room?
Well, look, it used to be in the back area, the biggest part.
Okay.
So we jumped off board. So we jumped out the window.
So you're talking about upstairs in the attic?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so where's his room at now?
It was still in the attic, but just the smaller portion.
Okay. Where is his bed at then, upstairs?
His bed.
Mm-hmm.
Every morning I put it in that back area, so he won't on it. Maybe he'll have something clean to lay down in.
Okay, so do you lock that area once you put his bed back there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where it was today then?
Yeah.
Back in that area locked?
Yeah. Because look, that'd just be another thing for him to hurt himself on. The area ain't that big. He would just fly. I'm gonna flip off the bed and crack my nugget, and then I'll be here regardless.
So you lock that back area?
I'll lock that bed. Yes.
In the attic. So the attic's kind of like split up. You have the area where like the stairs are, and then you have that like back room where there's like a blanket hanging from the door,
Right.
and a door and a lock,
Right.
right? Okay. And so every day you take his bed from the big area into the small area,
Yeah.
and you throw it in there,
Yeah.
and you lock the door.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It used to be all one, so you put that door and lock in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because for safety, yeah. That's the measures. I had to board up. If you can't look, I boarded up all the windows in the room just to keep him from jumping out the window.
McLean claims Dakota was kept up in the attic with no furniture in order to prevent Dakota from harming himself. McLean had kept the child locked up 24/7 and also had a camera watching him at all times. And he's saying all of this casually when he's talking about his own son.
in the big area by the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I heard him say, Dad, straight up there.
And he pushed himself up off of his bed?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. And then you helped him down the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
and you put him in the bath,
Mm-hmm.
and you took him out of the bath,
Mm-hmm.
and, what'd you do with the water that was in the bathtub?
Left it in there.
You left it in there?
Yeah.
Did you leave the cigarette butt in there too?
Possibly.
Okay. And then, so you laid him on the floor there in the living room behind the couch,
Mm-hmm.
and he's throwing up.
Mm-hmm.
What clothes did you put on him?
gray, tan pants, and a black t-shirt.
Where are the rest of his clothes?
He pissed them off, ripped them off. That's how bad it was. If I sent him to school, they called me saying he don't have a hood. His jacket is ripped in half. I got a price tag. I just went out and bought the jacket a day ago.
But he hasn't been to school in 2 years.
Right, but I'm talking about this is norm. So I mean,
what do you mean it's norm if it hasn't happened in 2 years? That's not. Man, just throw a book at this nigga.
So he has other clothes. I mean, from the school year, because he obviously didn't wear the same thing every day. So he had other clothes and other clothes and other clothes, but it got to the point where I just let him get his shorts and his t-shirt because he never went nowhere.
So when you went upstairs to get him, he was.
Yeah.
So he just sits upstairs naked all day?
Sometimes, yeah.
Why is that?
Because he put on himself and it is giving him a rash. Like he'd soak it down so good. I'm not exaggerating, man. Sometimes I go up there and I think I'm in the Pacific Ocean. How? I don't know. Can one get so much water? I mean, I monitor his water too. I haven't given him more than he can bear or anything like that. You know what I mean? I try to give him enough to stay hydrated.
It is very hard to see a parent talking the way he's talking about his own child and narrating such a despicable situation like this one. But if this wasn't enough madness already, McClain comes up with yet another explanation as to why Dakota had been inserting objects inside.
I just want to go back to this too. You said this morning, first thing this morning, I think you said around 6 a.m. on a camera, you noticed he was plunging himself, I think was your word?
Yeah.
So he is...
But I wasn't quite sure because the light was off.
Okay, so like, there was like a yellow stool thing. Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so...
He must have snapped it off because last time I checked it was still connected inside of the thing.
I'm sorry, what?
It was still connected inside of the stool.
What do you mean?
The wooden piece?
The wooden piece was...
Still connected.
Who said anything about the wooden piece not being connected?
Who said anything about it not being connected?
You said that he must have snapped it off.
Yeah, he did. He had to.
When?
I noticed that this morning.
And that's what he was plunging?
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe what you mean by plunging to me?
Alright, so look.
The fact that he's about to get up and demonstrate plunging, boy.
That's what you're saying he's doing.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I wasn't able to tell if that's what he was doing or if he was just taking another because every night he'd get up and do stuff like this. You know, I mean, now I'm like, what? You know, I gotta work. You only do it on the days that I gotta work the most.
Where do you work?
If ever I did work, whenever I can, I try to go to the temp service late work, but I can't never work there that often because of the anxiety, the stress. I mean, I'm trying to hold it together. But
So this morning at 6 a.m. you see him, and I'm using your words, plunging on this chair.
not quite sure. I seen close to it, and that's what it looked like to me. It just
You've
looked
seen him do this before?
Yeah. I told social services, I mean, they like, you can't stop him from being gay or you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So you think he's doing this because he's gay?
I'm not sure if he wanted to hurt his, I know he liked to hurt himself every day. It's a combination.
If this is in fact true, this information only helps build a negligence case against McClain.
And like I said, I haven't been asleep. So I gotta try to stay calm, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. As I can, and deal with the situation again, you know what I mean? So I go up there, I'm like,
So how far in was it?
I can't say. That's the thing. I don't know.
You don't know?
Because I ripped it out so quick.
Okay.
Yeah,
And so
that's
then he
just
started, do with her?
Not much. It was just like just a real little bit here, a little bit there. So I'm like, all right, let's have a look at it. You know what I mean? And all I see is it was swollen a little bit.
You didn't see any tears or cuts or no?
No.
Okay.
Not at the time, no ma'am.
Okay. So you take it out there and you put them in the bath?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the same bath water that was in there later, or did you change the bath water?
Same.
Same bath water.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Because I usually keep it the same because like I said, he's taking several baths a day.
So he's bleeding from his and you put him in the bath?
Yes, ma'am.
McLean then says he doesn't think he killed his child. He also adds that he would remove the bed from the attic room every morning and lay down a tarp for Dakota to lay on the entire day.
Is there a light up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We had TVs up there, all that. It was a room. But he screwed up.
But that's not what it is today.
Today
it's an empty room with a broken stool and a bucket.
Right. But it usually be his bedroom, like I said. I open it up at night, I bring his bed out and bring his tarp out.
And by his bed, you mean like a green lawn chair?
I had to go with that route because you gotta understand his parent. When you got an 11-year-old.
A green lawn chair is insane. What the? You calling a green lawn chair a bed is crazy.
You on that thing every day? What are you supposed to do? Put a mattress?
I'm just making sure that that's the bed that you're talking about.
Yes,
it's the
ma'am.
green cot lawn chair looking.
Yeah. And the reason
you put it in the other room then?
You said when?
Yeah.
This morning. Well, a little bit. Yeah, about mid-morning. Yeah. Probably after I went and checked on him the first time, yeah.
So you
Yeah, second time after I went and checked on him. I'm like, we gotta get this up. And I'm just looking over there. He's responsive at the time. Like I said, he responsive. So I'm like, let me just get this out the way so we don't trip or get hurt. And I get him downstairs immediately.
Until now, the only evidence detectives have on Dakota's behavior is McLean's testimony, so when asked about any physical evidence that could account for the child's behavior, McLean tells the detectives he's only talked to one friend of his called John, but he doesn't seem to have a contact number or John's full name, only an address where they'd both meet up. McLean's indifference to his son's injuries also proves the fact that he cares, if at all, very little about Dakota's health and well-being.
Like I said, I've been up for 3 days. I barely made people be in that house around me like this. I don't pay attention to it much. Only concern I'll be worried about is if he about to crack his head open again. That's my only concern. Yeah, that is my only concern, I promise you, mama. And look, this is what I was trying to tell you. He did his leg like this on the stairs one day. Boom, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Both of them. Boom, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, I've been checking on him, right? This is over a course, 3-day period. And every day I'm checking his wounds, he got him packed with.
Were they packed with today?
Today? No.
No?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay. But they were packed with yesterday?
And the day before that, and the day before that, and the day before that.
I wonder why you didn't get to do that today.
We clean it every day. Yeah, I wonder.
Wait, if he got open wounds and he's filling them with feces, wouldn't he have passed away from septic shock or something? Some type of infection, something.
So, I don't know what happened. I'm still shocked. I'm telling you, I don't know. And it was like, he didn't make it. I'm like, wow, are you serious? How? Like, what would kill him? I don't know.
So we're here to find out from you.
I didn't think that, yeah, that's what I'm wondering. What would kill him? I don't know.
After this, the detectives take a moment to regroup, possibly needing it more than ever after the vile stuff they've just heard, and come back to confront McLean, starting with his criminal history. The charges against McLean included bail jumping, disorderly conduct, child endangerment, assault, battery, carrying a concealed weapon, felony strangulation, and suffocation. McLean had once choked a man after he believed the man had stolen his phone, only to punch him in the face and steal the man's phone.
Yeah, like the child endangering. What was that?
My child I went to my baby mama house. I ain't even had custody of kids. I went to sleep a night at my baby mother house. Our kids was 3 and 4 years old. And one of them unlocked the
Well, you got more kids? Oh, God.
door and went outside. And they was in their diapers playing in the front yard. And that's what it was about. My mom took the kids for a day or two and gave them right back to me.
Okay. There's one in here too for strangulation.
That was on a guy. That it was an even match. He attacked me, and I defended myself. I'm not a violent person. I just defended myself. And the guy actually came to court and told the truth and spoke on my behalf.
After taking McLean's DNA, the detectives finally confront him about his stories not matching with the testimonies given by others. McLean eventually gives in, admitting to using hot sauce as a form of punishment for the child.
I think you know we've talked to the other people here.
Okay.
And your story is not consistent with his injuries as theirs, okay? I will tell you that.
I don't know what to say.
Well, it's your chance. Like, I understand if you were frustrated with him at different points because you hadn't slept, or because he would do things that bothered you or disgusted you. There's your chance to say it. But to blame him on him like he's doing it when we know that's
the only thing I probably did is spank his bottom or hold him down to keep him from eating. Everything else, I don't know nothing about.
Or put hot sauce to a burn.
That I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I
I
did.
know you did.
Yeah.
And why did you do that?
Just try to get him to quit cracking on himself. Yeah, my daddy did me like that when I was little. I used to suck my thumb, he put some hot sauce on, I ain't put it in my mouth no more.
What? What? See, the hot sauce on the thumb makes sense. You're putting hot sauce on his wounds? Also his private parts? You're a predator.
So you think that putting hot sauce on would make him hot?
Maybe it burned, because here's the thing, he would try to sit in it for so long to where it built up and just destroyed his skin. A bruise on a wet body that stays wet consistently all the time, I mean, it don't take much. Or just to beat him randomly, nah, that never happened.
Now things are starting to look a whole lot clearer to all of us. The drag mark on Dakota's body may have been from McLean dragging him from the bathtub, but McLean has yet another story to tell.
Yeah, like that drag mark, or that you call it.
Mm-hmm. That's what it looks like to me.
Don't know what that is. I'm telling you, never seen it. Besides the fact, when I did see it, I just thought it was a rash.
So all these marks are probably spatula marks? Is that what you're telling me? I mean,
Yes.
that's consistent.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
Is that what killed him?
I would say the spatula marks did not. But possibly around or on them or putting your or
And it was only, yeah, I did this morning, but it was only to keep him from hurting himself. Like, he didn't want to come off the thing that was in his, like, he wanted to fight for it. I'm like, I ripped it out and he was still, you know what I mean, aggressive. I'm like, you need to lay down, settle down. He didn't want to lay down. I just tried to get him to calm down for a second.
So what did you do to make him calm down?
I just laid him down flat and just, you know, put my knee on his back. I didn't put a lot of pressure on it. I just held it to where he could, you know what I mean?
Make him put his hands behind his back?
Yeah, because just anything to get him to stop. Because I couldn't watch it again. Him eating again.
So you pulled this thing out of his, it probably hurt. I mean, I'm guessing it hurt him.
It must have. I didn't know at the time. I mean, at all. I don't do anything. I don't know nothing about it. What hurt was my pride and my feelings. And the fact that he's up there doing that. He know how embarrassing that is. I'm like, what are you doing? Give me that. And that's when it squirted out, miss. And that's when I addressed it right away.
McLean now admits to spanking his son with a spatula and pushing him to the floor with his knee on his back. As he's explaining how embarrassed and angry his son's behavior made him feel, McLean is only describing the events that would lead up to Takota's death.
So I'm sure you were embarrassed and pissed.
Nah. Nobody was up. Nobody was there. Nobody was around that I knew of. You heard me? But usually, that's what I'm saying. Usually it can be, but no, it wasn't at the time.
So you pulled out of his and he's still fighting you a little bit. You roll him over and you put your knee on his back, have him put his hands behind his back.
Yeah, and I probably spanked him with a spatula a couple times, yes, man.
This morning too?
Yes, man. Yup, right when he put up the fight for the I did.
So you telling me you just keep a spatula in your back pocket? Nigga, who are you, SpongeBob?
Yeah, after I checked on this wound though, because it was my way of telling him, like, don't do that again. Do not.
So you put him in the bathtub, you check, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you get him out and you whoop him?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Spatula.
Yeah, because I didn't want to whoop him right away, not knowing what was going on with his. You know what I mean?
And then you have to go back upstairs?
Yeah.
Did you put hot sauce on him today?
No.
So he goes back upstairs, and then at some point you had thrown his bed into another room. Or was that I mean, I'm just trying to be accurate on this.
Yeah, that was. I'm trying to see what accident again.
And then at some point he calls you up there again?
Yes, ma'am. Yup, and that's when I went to go check on him, and that's when it started not looking good.
He didn't look good? So what did he look like then? He was laying on his bed?
Mm-hmm.
What did he look like?
And he pushed himself out. He was just like that. He just a little alert, a little loopy. You know what I mean? It was a little bit of both. And I decided to get him downstairs, try to wash that throw up out of him, and that's when he started to go away.
Okay. And you started the water in from when he went down there earlier?
Mm-hmm. And he was in the water going like this, and you know what I mean, shaking and jumping, but I didn't have to hold him down or nothing in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was laying on his side doing this, and then he just putting on the show again, you know what I mean?
He puts on a show like he's having a seizure?
Like what?
Oh yeah, 24/7. Like this.
Are you sure he's putting on a show? I mean, he hasn't been to the hospital.
Yes, ma'am, it was not a seizure because, look, I can tell him, like, stop it right now, and here's the sucker many times, and he would be like, okay, Dad, thanks, my sucker. You know, it was just a show.
McLean talks about how he dismissed his son having a seizure in the bathtub as he knew Takota was just putting up a show. The little twist McLean had cleverly added to the truth about him drowning his own child. Takota is known to have died as a result of this drowning and the physical abuse that followed it. Not only that, he asks what will be done with Takota's body as he's afraid the doctors are going to find water in his lungs. When the police say they are going to conduct an autopsy, he reminds them of the water Takota had to drink, adding that he had heard water in his body while trying to revive him.
He woke up with it, so I'm thinking last night when I gave him all that water to drink, to get that in his stomach, he could have had it in his lungs then and I didn't know it.
What?
So you think he had a bunch of water in his
I did give him a whole bunch of, yes ma'am, I gave him a whole bunch of water because
today he drowned from it?
I'm thinking so. Because look, I was trying to get the stomach. I mean that. I swear to God, I do believe that's what happened. Because look, when I'm hugging my son's chest, I could feel the water. I could hear the water. You hear me? In his body. And on the phone, I didn't know. Yeah, he drunk plenty of it. But at the time, like I wasn't thinking that he could have died from it. You know what I mean? I only did it to help him.
Yeah.
Because he looked bad. His stomach was out the hair. I'm like, what in the hell did you been doing or what you been eating? Ain't nothing that good in this world to take you from this to that. And drink the water for me, please. He did. And
wasn't defiant about drinking the water?
he said, was he defiant? Not really. He was just slamming them down. And yeah, he just slamming them down, slamming them down, slamming them down. And he did start to throw up.
So he threw up yesterday?
Last night, but not much. This is when I'm giving him the water to get him to throw up. He threw up a little bit. And I seen it wasn't no or and I tried to get him to do it again, and he didn't throw up.
McClain then adds that he never put salt into Coda's wounds, only on the floor. This story may have been cooked up by him to justify the autopsy results, which would show literal salt into Coda's wounds. To everyone's shock, McClain then dares to say he's afraid of what might happen to him, as he feels he's wrongfully being blamed for the death of his child.
He afraid for his life. No, you're getting life. It's the difference.
This only goes to show that unlike a normal parent, McClain isn't bothered about the death of his child as much as he is about himself.
Got a question though. I don't know, man. I'm afraid for my life. Yeah, I'm hurt that my child is gone.
Cap.
It's unbelievable. Like I still don't believe right now he's dead, gone, not coming back.
You're afraid for your life?
Like what?
Yes, I am.
Your child said, and you're afraid for your life.
I'll be spending the rest of my life in prison. I'm 30 years old. What I'm gonna do for the rest of my life, all because I tried to raise my child the right way and he became defiant and we ran into a situation.
What?
You know what I mean? People knew what he was doing. Yeah, but at the same time, it wasn't for them to do anything about it. It was for me to do something. I feel like I should have really just tried harder on getting him some better counseling.
After giving one last half-hearted attempt at gaining sympathy from the detectives, McClain is handcuffed and arrested. He's charged with murder and child endangerment. McClain eventually ends up pleading guilty to the charge, despite protesting initially. Dakota's autopsy showed long-term sexual and physical abuse. In light of the evidence obtained from his house and his own testimony, McClain is sentenced to 51 years to life in prison. His girlfriend, Amanda, is sentenced.
Oh, I didn't know the rest of them got sentenced too. Yeah, come on. Y'all was allowing it to happen. Y'all was in the same house as him. Like, bruh, no. Like, I'm so glad that everybody involved got hit with something.
Sentenced to 22 years in prison, and Amanda's sister, Jennifer, is sentenced to 8 years in prison for allowing the abuse to continue despite being witness to it all. Despite McClain's criminal record, multiple calls and reports, and tips from teachers, it's a wonder how CPS allowed Dakota to be left in McClain's care. Had rightful actions been taken early on by CPS, Dakota's abuse and death may as well have been prevented, but evil people who shouldn't have kids don't stop here. On May 19, 2019, Cleveland police officers were called to a residence by a citizen who reported to hear non-stop cries from children next door.
I don't hear anything. Alright, did you call?
Yeah, home. She's giving her heads off, like she's not home. This thing she does is a lot. I don't think she's there. They're screaming their heads off. She's got 3 kids. And sometimes she takes off and leaves them alone. They're babies. They're 6 babies and Pampers.
There's no, as far as you know, there's nobody up there.
No, I don't think there's nobody up there.
Alright, because I know she's got a younger brother because I wrote them tickets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, they're screaming their heads off, like there's nobody up there. I mean, how you can leave 3
Not
kids?
just like normal screaming, just let them scream
Just
out, fall
screaming,
asleep.
screaming. You know, you
Where do
figure
you hear
somebody
it
would
from?
be up. I can hear from the bathroom upstairs.
Alright, because I know I got a little one. When she cries, I'll let her sit there for 45 minutes until she
Yeah,
falls
but
asleep.
this is constantly happening.
Well,
This is not normal.
Police arrive to investigate the incident and knock on the door of the residence.
I don't hear anything.
Unsurprisingly, after receiving no response, the officers go back to the witness and ask her to take them to the place where they could hear the children's cries.
We're not getting any answer. Can you take us to where you can hear it at?
You can actually hear them upstairs. This is a
Is
door.
there another entrance to up there?
That's closed. But you can hear the kids actually from there.
You said you heard them good from your bathroom.
Yeah, I can hear them like from here in this room. I can hear them like upstairs.
I don't hear nothing.
He doesn't answer the door. Nobody answers the door.
That'll be one right
I mean, I hope she's not up here drugged up or something. There's no way that's completely sealed.
Then you have a boss who's not here. We're not getting no answer for that upstairs. We can hear the children crying downstairs.
Yeah.
Can you hear them?
Yeah, clear as day. Yeah, you can hear 'em.
Let's go. Give me a second. So what does this door go to?
That door actually goes. It's like an entrance for their house.
But is
It's
it
an
like locked
entrance
shut?
there, but it's closed
completely
because
sealed.
it's a second apartment. So
So
that's
this won't
completely
open?
sealed. No.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hey, it's the police. Can you hear me? We're gonna kick in their door.
Door's completely locked back there.
Yeah, it's locked.
Usually she leaves it open.
I'll get my supervisor here and go from there, but we might end up kicking in that door.
Still getting no response, the officers were left with no other choice but to make a forced entry through the front door.
Cleveland police, open the door! I'm kicking it in! Adam 3-1, we're inside.
The back kick must be the safer kick. Clearly.
Cleveland police! Cleveland police! Cleveland police! Hello? Cleveland police! Is anybody in here? Cleveland police!
The baby.
Hello? They got the door latched. Are you kidding me? Check that.
This goes upstairs, but there's a mattress in the way.
The hell?
Hello? Hello? Are you okay? Are you okay? Adam 3-1 radio.
Yeah, man. Call CPS.
Are you okay, bud? Are you okay?
Oh, hey, bud.
Adam 3-1 radio. You got EMS come out here and check on 3 toddlers, please. They're all awake and conscious. Ages 2 to 4. No adults. They were locked in their room with a latch on the outside of the door. It smells terrible in here.
It's real bad.
Guys, do you got clothes? Can you put some clothes on? Can you please? Can you put some clothes on? Jesus. Jesus.
Just make sure she's not like, yeah.
Hey guys, can you put some clothes on? Contact 696 kids. Get them out here.
Roger.
Hey, English? Any English? No? No English? Are you guys okay? Huh? Can you talk to me, please? Are you guys okay? Where's your mom? Can you put some clothes on?
Once inside, officers find 3 children, aged 2, 3, and 5 years old, locked in a room. No adult could be found inside the house. However, moments later, the mother, Liz Yomaris Torres Rivera, walks in to a shocking surprise.
Hello?
Stop!
So,
Stop!
what's up?
Where have you been?
My
Step out here.
here.
Oops, sorry, bud. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Why is these kids home alone?
My sister
Hello?
here.
No.
What
No
is
sister.
Where
No
is
sister.
Hello?
Hey, come here.
You're gonna have to wait. Hey, ma'am.
Wait.
You're gonna wait out here.
Over here.
Wait.
I don't know who you are yet.
Let
No.
me see my
Hold on.
kids.
Relax. Relax.
Oh my God.
Relax.
No.
Where'd she come from?
What?
She just popped up out of the.
Let
Stop.
me see my skinny
I told you to
kids.
stop. You weren't worried about your kids when you locked them in the bedroom and you took off, were
Let me
you?
see my kids.
Yeah. You got ID?
My here. My
Where's your
sister
ID?
is here.
No, your sister's not here. No one's here.
Nobody's here.
Just the
That's
kids.
3 kids.
Where's your ID?
Where's your ID? Where is it?
Oh my God.
In your room? Listen.
I'm in the
You're gonna
phone.
push my buttons. Relax. You're gonna listen to me, and I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Where's your ID? Okay. Well,
They were, sorry, they were locked in that room.
what's your name?
Liz.
You smell like you've been drinking. You just come from the bar. Where you at, Benny's?
Yeah.
Are these
Yeah.
your kids?
Yeah.
Are these your kids? Alright, you know what?
Yeah.
Put your hands behind your back.
Wait.
Put your hands-
Let me see my
No,
kids.
relax.
Your kids are fine.
Wait.
Stop.
Wait.
Take it.
Stop
Take
it right now.
Please.
Relax.
Sit right now.
Relax.
Put your hands behind your back.
Please. Let me see my kids.
Your kids are fine. We're taking care
No,
of them now.
let me
You
see.
can't.
Let me see.
Do not turn your
Oh
face.
my some light.
What's up?
Like-
Gotcha.
Let me see.
Man, what happened to her sister though? I don't know, bro. But if I told you to watch my kids and you left them there, and I went to jail for it, granted, again, it's my kids, so I understand that. But I'm beating your ass as a sibling. Like what? I'm beating your ass.
No, you're not listening. Your kids are fine. We're taking care of them now. Alright? You need to relax.
Oh my God, no. Please.
No, stop.
Please.
Stop.
Daniel.
Tell them to get dressed. Tell them to put some clothes
I'll
on.
take care of it.
Please.
Alright.
Please.
We're gonna take
Get her out there.
Please.
Come on. Walk.
Please.
Walk.
No,
what's that?
Look. You walk or I'm gonna have to walk you. I'd rather you walk yourself. Come on.
Oh my God.
Hey, try to, once you get her info, see if there's a family member.
Oh, wait.
Try that first
Let me
things night.
see,
Okay.
Where's?
Come on. Walk.
Maybe
You gotta go
this way.
outside. Come outside.
Walk. All you gotta do is listen right now. That's all you gotta do. Here, give me
My shoes.
Yours.
Where's your shoes
My
at?
shoes.
Yeah.
I can. Oh my God.
Rivera had returned home from a bar to find her children being cared for by the police who had broken in. After being placed into handcuffs almost immediately, Rivera begs to see her children, as if it would make a difference now to show she really cared. The police noted that they had found garbage and bugs, and the residence had a nasty smell. Not only that, officers also claimed that it had felt like 90 to 95 degrees inside. Rivera was eventually kicked out by the landlord for damaging the property and is currently facing child endangerment charges. For arrest, her children were placed in the care of a relative. Every child deserves a parent, but every parent doesn't deserve a child. If you enjoyed this video, watch this one. And
So yeah, that's the end of When Evil Parents Realize They've Been Caught 2. This was part 3. I want to make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Also, stay safe out there.
Everything I'm seeing, I achieve it, bitch, we best. Everything I'm seeing, I achieve it, bitch, we best. Everything Everything I'm seeing, I achieved it, bitch, you best believe it. It has been my Nintendo switch it, though, kick it with my kinfolk. Haters just be talking, so I really do not need that info. That info, Chakra ascending, I'm back in this bitch, hella me pending. Mind on $1 million and I'm needing like every percentage. Feel like Naruto when the leaf is hitting. It's dying souls sitting out on me mission. What I was from slithering, playing both sides in this village, trying to give you mummy vision like views from the dead. You probably resemble where the tension victims searching for a shinigami or a still of this.